I didn't sleep last night. Every sound was a footstep, every shadow was a hand reaching for me. And on my desk, staring at me like a dare, sat the thing I should have thrown into the river. A small black rectangle, scuffed, taped, labeled in neat plastic letters. For Alina, plug me in. I practiced not plugging it in, practiced leaving it alone. Practice failed. When I slid it into the port, the folder opened on its own. No password, no prompt, just confidence. A list of files with coordinates, dates, times, like it already knew what I needed. I picked one, a bridge, infrared footage. 2 bright dots under the span. One was a van, one was him. And then, heat blossomed along the support seam. The failure unzipped like a wound. My dot, me, flinched. His dot crawled. We didn't die. I whispered to the screen, "What are you? Who gives gifts like this?" That's when it answered. Not in words I knew. Static pressed into bursts, sharp, deliberate. I scribbled fast, translating what I could. Numbers, coordinates. And when I recognized the place, I froze. It was the dam. The one keeping a valley full of houses, factories, and a school that still sang on Thursdays because the teacher refused to quit. Safe. I told myself it was impossible, that no one could know. But the bursts came faster, more urgent, until one word sliced through, distorted but clear. Tonight. I hated it for being right, and I believed it anyway. So I packed my bag, first aid, flashlight, caffeine gum, a wrench I pretended would matter. When I zipped it shut, someone knocked on my door. 3 slow knocks. I didn't answer. Instead, I left through the back, drove the long way around past the salvage yard where nobody would see if I failed. The road was empty, the dam was not. I climbed the fence and dropped hard on the far side. My knees hated me, but I told them to shut up. The turbines throbbed steady beneath the concrete, but then, there, a thin metallic ping. Too sharp, too rhythmical. I crouched, pressed my palm to the wall. It pulsed back, not steady, not healthy, a fault line beating like a sick heart. If it cracked, if that wall went, water would chew through the valley in minutes. Factories gone. Rows of houses where children slept, gone. The school with its stubborn Thursday choir, gone. I looked down at the wrench in my hand. Laughable. A toy against something this size. I wanted to throw it in the water for mocking me. Then, footsteps. Hollow echoes across the concrete. I froze, pulse stuttering. A flashlight beam swept the rail. "Inspection," I said, too fast. "Night cycle." He didn't buy it. His eyes landed on me like, "You don't belong here." And maybe that's what cracked me open, because I heard myself say it, louder than I meant. "It's going to blow." His light faltered. "The seam is moving," I told him. "You hear that ping? That's metal giving up. If this wall fails, the valley's gone. All of it. Thousands of people. Please." My voice broke. "I can't do this alone. Please, help me." For a long second, he just stared. I thought he'd laugh, or call security, or worse. But then, he turned and ran, hard, fast, back toward the control room. I stayed crouched on the concrete, every nerve burning. The river's roar filled my skull. I held my breath. Then it changed. The turbines groaned, gates opening slow and wide. The water level dropped. The angry hiss softened, and beneath my hand, the seam steadied. The pulse stopped fighting. We had time, not safety, just time. When I drove home, my phone buzzed. No service, but a message appeared anyway. "He followed you. Don't go straight home." My hands tightened on the wheel, headlights in the mirror, too close. I cut hard onto a side road, tires biting gravel, and slid under the overhang by the old service depot. I killed the lights. Heart hammering. One car passed, then another. My lungs burned, but I didn't move. A third engine snarled by, slower this time. I held my breath until my vision fuzzed. None of them stopped. None of them turned back. When the road was empty again, I let the air out in one long sigh. Relief, but fragile. I waited 5 more minutes before pulling out. Slow, careful, like my car might shatter the silence if I pushed too hard. When I finally returned to the shack, I thought I'd made it, but waiting on my step was a new drive. I plugged it in, payment too. It was footage from 10 years ago, the accident. A camera angle no one had ever admitted existed. I was in frame, younger, meaner, alive. I couldn't watch more. I shut it down. That's when another file blinked into being. Image. Now. I opened it. A grainy photo of my shack door, taken minutes ago. On the step, the drive I'd already plugged in. My shoe, cut off at the ankle, toe pointed toward the door. Someone was outside. The overhead light coughed, then died. Gravel crunched just beyond the wall. My phone buzzed with another message. Turn off your lights. He's outside your door. The lights were already off. My heart wasn't. I waited in silence, telling myself I wouldn't run. But then another message appeared, this one typed directly across my monitor. Door. Back. Now. I unlocked the rear door and stepped out into the cold. A second drive was waiting for me on the cinder block step. Unlabeled. Too light in my hand, like it was hollow. Somewhere in the trees, a camera shutter blinked. Not sound, just the taste of electricity. I whispered into the dark. Tomorrow, you give me nouns. Tonight, I'm taking this, and I'm not plugging it in here. I slipped toward the car. Behind me, the shack stayed quiet. Then my monitor lit up even though no one touched it. Not that I could see it. 4 words, measured and slow. You were not alone.